So how are you guys surviving San Diego Comic-Con? Are you having a great time, or are you just a little overwhelmed and stressed out? How are we feeling?
I'm loving it.
Clearly, you're the most relaxed of all of us.
I'm the most relaxed I've been in about 5 years.
It's so lovely. Like, it's just nice to come back. It's our second time here, so like seeing people again and like seeing the fans and the people who like really love it. It just feels like a really, really warm embrace.
Now, and the fans are so excited about the second season. I'm sure that they're coming up to you telling you that all day long. In what ways do you each feel like the second season of The Rings of Power kind of maybe tops the first season?
Well, we're in a higher gear. A lot of the first season was world building and introductory. Second season, the gloves come off, we hit the ground running, and we're going to cover some second age terrain.
That's an exciting answer, and I had a feeling just based on the trailers that I've seen. Now, Morphith, we know that there's some darkness ahead for Galadriel, so what exactly do you feel like she's struggling with most this season?
I mean, she's struggling with a terrible mistake that she's made. She's really blown it. And yeah, she's kind of come back with her tail between her legs, back to the elves, and is hoping that they'll forgive her. And she's really got to decide who she's going to be in this new world, where darkness is rising.
Nice.
Rizzing
It's
is
nice.
rising.
It's rizzing and rising.
It's a great word. I love it. Darkness
No,
is rizzing.
I also
Yeah.
think that in your accent, you can just
It
pull it
works,
off.
did it?
It worked.
Nice.
I was like,
Yeah,
rizzing?
yeah,
I can't
strong.
say that with
Commit
my
to it, yeah.
accent.
Rizzing!
Rizzing.
It's going to be a thing now.
I like
I
it.
hope that
do
turns
too.
into a meme of you
It's
just going,
rising-
risen!
It's rising, risen, and winning all in one word. Rizzing. You're rizzing right
Wow. Daniel, there's a lot of fan theories about who your character really is. So is that something that's going to be revealed this season? I'm trying to ask that in the most non-spoilerish way possible, even though I
No,
selfishly
you're not.
want to. Yes,
No,
I am.
you're not.
Yes,
You
I am.
broached the
I would've
subject. You know exactly
I
what
would have
you're
just
doing.
asked it straight out.
Can you not tell me what I want you to tell me?
Yes, I can't, Ben.
Yes, I can.
The thing is, I've realized about this whole fan theory thing. First of all, I love it because people come with really, really clear ideas about why he's going to be who he might turn out to be, and they're all different. Everybody's version is different, and they can back him up. So that's amazing, first of all. But secondly, I've realized that we saw the stranger land in Middle-earth, and he didn't know anything previous to Middle-earth. So we saw him pretty much as a baby, and we've seen every interaction that he's had through the entirety of season 1. So we've seen more of his life than of any other character in this show, which means we already know him the best of all.
He's not a stranger at all.
Yeah, it's a terrible name for the guy.
Mic drop.
You are rizzing
That's
right
how
now.
a Brit does mic drop.
Very delicately.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do it.
Just razzing, doing mic drops. It's great. Now, Megan, do we know if Harfoot feet are as hairy as hobbits?
I don't think they are.
I thought maybe they were because the name Harfoot almost sounds like Harefoot. So,
Well, yeah.
just playing with the language a little bit.
Yeah. But the prosthetic that I have is quite dainty, actually. It's quite dainty, and actually, there's more hairs on the feet that I was wearing this season than there were last season. So I think they grow into their hair.
She's growing
Yeah.
up. She's growing up.
Grown up,
Just,
yeah, it's a
like
wonderful
us all.
thing.
I'm still waiting to fill out this beard. Now, it's clear that Sauron is going to play a really huge part this season, right? So how do you guys feel like fans will resonate with Charles' performance as the character?
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, also, everybody loves the devil. You know, a really good villain oftentimes trumps the hero. And he's certainly giving the heroic characters a run for their money. And he, as the great deceiver, kind of gets to do both. You get to see him be a version of himself that can deceive someone as wise and brilliant as Galadriel, but at the same time as sinister as we know he's going to become. And with an actor like Charlie Vickers, he can really thread that needle.
Now, if you could each choose any actor from the original Lord of the Rings to share a scene with, who would you pick?
Ian McKellen.
Easy, right?
Yeah, hands down. You shall not pass!
Not Gollum. I think I'd go Gollum.
Oh, that's telling.
Yeah. I just think...
Just a table of raw fish you guys can dive into.
Well, what can I say? Just something about it sticks in my
It has
mind.
to be raw, because then you ruined it.
tears into his.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Wow.
Thanks.
Fabulous.
All right. Thanks.
How about you two?
I mean, it would have to be Galadriel, but I find Saruman so kind of.
Say it.
I'd love to be on top of that tower screaming out with him. I think that would be very therapeutic.
All right.
I just think the Ents. I love the Ents. I just love the Ents. That's it. Yeah, I think that would be just really, really fun.
All right. Well, in the spirit of San Diego Comic-Con, last question for you. There's so many fans here who are excited to see you guys here in the flesh. When you think back in your career, who's somebody that you've met or worked with that you remember being excited to meet, somebody that you were starstruck by?
I worked with one this season, actually.
Me? You don't have to say that. Sorry, we didn't actually get to work together.
I'd love to work with you, though.
So would I.
It's so much fun.
JD, Patrick, give us a scene.
Season 3, though, maybe.
That's right.
Maybe, yeah. Can you imagine?
The unlikely pairing.
Yeah. So sad. But Tanya Moody, I think that she is an absolute force and she's brilliant, and I was very excited to meet her. I just love her work. She also has such a knowledge of the industry. She's just worked so much, so it was really amazing to learn from her, like firsthand, and she's so cool.
What about you, Morpeth?
Probably when I worked with Kate Beckinsale, I was obsessed with Underworld.
Oh.
So meeting her was just amazing, and I immediately got a nosebleed. That's how I reacted to being starstruck.
Have you ever seen
This means she's
Serendipity?
happy.
Oh, I love it.
Love it so much.
Yeah,
She's
and
so great in that.
She's just so clever and funny, and I love her style. She's just fabulous. So, yeah.
I actually saw last week. I saw Louisa Harland. He was unbelievable, swashbuckling in a show called Renegade Nell at the minute, and I
Amazing.
just take my breath away. I was really starstruck. I was all sort of. I went over to her and was like, I know this is uncool, but is there any chance I could you sign something for me? And she was really great, but I did feel that starstruck moment.
Yeah, that's me every day at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
What about you?
I had the great fortune to work with Christopher Plummer twice.
Wow.
And I remember meeting him and thinking that he's one of the greats, and he's had this career that has spanned decades. And we did a play together, and he would give me notes on stage. I was right out of school, and I was like, it was a courtroom. Inherit the Wind is a courtroom drama, and my character stands up and rails against the judge at one point. And I was like, I'm just gonna act this to death. I'm gonna show everything I've learned. And I'd stand up and I would act, and I'd sit down, and he'd just lean over and go, "There's always tomorrow night." Just absolutely keep you in check. But yeah,
Wow.
So he was a consummate professional and was actually very kind to me. And that was one of the moments where he did not have to be, but his talent was surpassed by his professionalism and kindness. And that was something I would like to emulate.
That's
Haven't
amazing.
done it yet because I'm a total jerk.
No, I thought I
But-
think you've been great. You've
can't
been
wait.
sitting normally. He's been over here razzing on the couch.
sorry.
No, it's
Mic dropping.
Sorry.
yeah, just British mic.
Yep. That's it.
So
No,
polite.
thank you guys so much.
Yeah, exactly. So polite.
I'm so excited for season 2, and I'm excited that you guys came by. So thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
It's been so nice.